Welcome back to the Nerdrotic channel. My name is Gary Beekler. I am live in San Francisco, California, and I come to you from nerdrotic.com. And down in San Diego is my good friend and co-host, Dennis Bethalkis. What's up, Dennis?
Nothing much. I want to say early on here, thank you to Dakota Standard for the $2. Just came in to say night and see you at the nooner. See you, Dakota.
Good night, Dakota. Thanks for popping in. Thank you for the $2 super chat. So generous. It was nice meeting Dakota today, too. So, hello, Venture Brother fans. We are here covering Venture Brothers, Season 7, Episode 2, the Rorqual Affair.
Rorqual
Affair. And this one started out, of course, Gary.
Hold on a sec. Before we start here, we got some spoiler alerts. So if you haven't seen the episode, go and watch it. It's over on Adult Swim. You can actually watch it there. And for free. It's already up. So otherwise, we're going to spoil the shit out of it. Thank you, Viking Bitch, again. And
Viking Bitch, thank you very much. Yes.
So there we go. And by the way, if those of you who don't know what a Rorqual is, it's the largest group of baleen whales. So there you go.
There you go. It's all connected, especially with the Venture Brothers. Yeah, we left last week's episode with the blue Morpho being caught by Wale and Rico Matassa. What is it? Enrico Matassa?
Enrico Matassa, yes.
Enrico Matassa came in and had to kill him to become part of the family.
Yes.
But then we jumped way back.
Yeah, we hadn't seen. So we have Gary. He's having a nightmare. So Gary is the Monarch's henchman. And also now he's the new Kano for the blue Morpho. Yeah, and we see the wandering spider who he's killed is teaching a class, and we keep switching between villains
and this is how you can never kiss her on the lips again.
Yeah. And I love, Gary is naked at one point and he says, I think I left my penis in the bathroom.
Well, night school is for killers.
Yeah. and so we have
your life.
We have a little bit of a look into Gary's mind about. You remember he was captured by the Monarch's men back when he was 12 or 13, something like that, and that's when he joined the henchmen. And and he only became he got his GED and all that stuff because he never graduated from high school. So he's been a henchman for life. So we see him waking up going, holy shit, I'm late. And of course he's got the tattoo hench life around his stomach. And then of course he's got a tramp stamp of the Monarch butterfly.
And he's sniffing everything before he leaves.
Yeah.
Dramatic music is all, okay, go. And he's got the bloody glove, and
yeah, from 21, his his partner there who died early on. So we see the blue Morpho and Gary's running around. He finally gets down to the lair and he's bringing up the car and the car's gone. And he's like, what the hell? You knew I had it this morning. So he's talking, of course, to the blue Morpho who's taking the car. And we see the blue Morpho confronting Wale and saying, it's what's really funny is about 10 seconds from now, you're going to be a bloody mess and you're going to be knocked out. And he's just looking at his watch and he's like 5, 4, 3, 2. And you see him on the subway going, I haven't even gotten there yet. Don't do anything.
Abort mission. And I love Wale. He's like, I know who the blue Morpho is. I read the trades, and he's reading Modern Enemy.
Mm-hmm. Which is the shirt, by the way, this week, which is really cool.
Nice.
Pick that one up. Yeah, and so we see him, of course, get caught. Blue Morpho, he gets knocked out and caught. And we cut over to the councilwoman, who is Dr. Mrs. the Monarch. And she is just basically getting lambasted by all the different villains in the council.
Because they can't arch.
Yeah.
No more arching. I'm going to go work at Tower Records. There is no Tower Records. And I'm made of ectoplasm. So, yes.
Yeah. Of course, they're all wanting different kind of things added to the guild stuff. So they want monogram cups and all this kind of stuff. And finally, the Red Death sitting in the back just starts squeezing the styrofoam cup so it kind of squeaks. And they all turn and look at him, and he says, I'll tell you what. He goes, I'll kill the Blue Morpho, but for a seat on the council, I'll bring you his bloody head.
Right. And Carrie Dalton, I totally agree with you. The mention of Tower Records made me sad as well.
It made me laugh, though, at the same time.
Rest in peace.
It did make me laugh, though, at the same time, just because, that the Venture Brothers would actually bring up a Tower Records reference is pretty funny. Yeah. So then we go back to the Wide Whale, and Rocco is henchman, and they're making fun of eye masks and secret identities. Like, yeah, oh my god, look who I am. And he puts his hand over his eyes and he goes, oh nope, it was just me, Wide Whale, all the time. And he goes, like, I couldn't tell from your damn voice who you are, the Monarch. And Monarch's like, what are you talking about? I'm not him, I'm not the Monarch. And so then we go through Wide Whale's origin story about what happened to him and how he became a supervillain. And basically, his brother Dougie was a marine biologist and was setting up a marine biology museum, I guess is what it was. And so he was bringing him some stuff, and his brother Dougie never really, his older brother Dougie, just never really got into it. And yes, there were a ton of Jaws references in this episode.
Yes.
And he ended up going into the molecular distributor, is what he called it, in order to become a little more, I guess, whale-like. So he was, trying to merge his DNA with some of that of a whale. And of course, his brother comes in and tried to stop him. And the accident that happened made him into a supervillain and made his brother into a super scientist.
Yes.
And we find out that the super scientist that he became was Dr. Dugong.
Dr. Dugong.
Dugong was the villain, or was the super scientist that the Monarch was henching, and who went in and killed him. He just basically blew his head off. Guy in a wheelchair. And that's when, Monarch goes, oh shit. Yeah. And he rips off his mask, and of course we know it's him. Well,
I love how they're clowning him too. Like, oh, you put it's the pupil, it's the eyes. You cover who am I? I don't know. I don't recognize this guy anymore.
Yeah, he goes, I didn't pull off your mask because I didn't want to ruin the whole Bruce Wayne moment.
Yep.
I love that whole thing. It was really good. They did a really nice job. And so, now that they know that that's the reason why the Wide Whale just really wanted to kill the Monarch, because he hated him before. We didn't know why. It's like, oh, okay, because Dougie was dead. All right.
Dougie having that Jimmy Stewart voice was hilarious.
Yeah, it was.
Absolutely.
So Gary gets a call from Dr. Mrs. the Monarch, and of course, in her outfit that she's in, he does the be aggressive, aggressive. And she goes, great. Why does everyone do that? You're like the fifth one who's done that today.
Yeah.
In her new outfit, which I thought was pretty funny. And they're going to go see that the Blue Morpho was killed. They've been heard that he is out on some island someplace and that the body is out there. And of course, they go out there and it's just some bum with a Halloween mask on that's been killed and hung upside down. A la one of our other Jaws references.
Yep.
And the Wandering Spider's widow comes out and essentially accuses Dr. Mrs. the Monarch of knowing that the Blue Morpho wasn't dead, and that that's how come her husband disappeared and died.
Yep.
So,
we wanted you to know that I know.
Yeah. And
you did not deserve that.
Rocco ends up sending Serena away, to her room, because things are going to start getting ugly here in a couple of minutes with the Blue Morpho there, and also they were going to bring over Enrico to do a little wet work to join the family.
Yes.
So, and she goes, "Why don't you just tie me to the fucking bed?" And he goes, "Don't say anything like that. Don't even joke about it."
Is somebody tying you to the bed? Is there something I need to know?
Yeah, because he was talking earlier to the Wide Whale that he got so good at knots from an old girlfriend of his.
Yep.
So that's the reason why he doesn't want that to be coming out as a joke or anything like that. So Gary finally comes clean to Dr. Mrs. the Monarch that the blue Morpho is her husband. And she's like, yeah, right. There's no way. How could you two nitwits pull this stuff off? And she goes, come here, I'll show you. And he pulls on the little, hook to open it up, and they find the basement instead of the lair. He's like, what the hell? And she goes, that's why the water heater, it's only 20 gallons. No wonder I can only take a 3-minute shower.
3-minute shower.
Oh yeah. So even him trying to come clean about this, he can't. And she doesn't believe him. She kind of does, but doesn't at the same time. So Wale is torturing the Monarch. He's been punching the crap out of him. And again, we had another Jaws moment there with the Monarch swimming with Dr. Venture.
Oh, he's having a dream. Yeah. He was knocked out from getting his ass kicked. He's like, you can never come in the water with me. And yeah. So that was a big hint right there. Of course, what they've been hanging at all along.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And so he basically started making fun of so the wide whale has this Italian thing going on all the time when they're like, well, you're not even from Italy, aren't you supposed to be like Asian or something? He goes, no,
it's English.
It's English. Yeah, he goes,
I'm Italian on my mother's side.
Yeah, I went over to Italy, and I studied over there a little bit. So Rocco in Blue Morpho or Rocco in the Monarch this time are clowning Wide Whale about his Italian predilection stuff.
Yeah, I had a henchman who went over there one time and he came back with an English accent. What a douche.
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty funny stuff. So the Red Death ends up meeting with Gary and Sheila, or Dr. Mrs. the Monarch, and he's got his daughter on his lap, and they're at his house, and he's talking about he's having that really good work life separation thing, and he sends his daughter in to go to the mother in the kitchen.
Like a button-up V-neck sweater on, and he's all, get you in your little belly button. Go get a cupcake, sugar.
Yeah, and so he says, your husband is alive, is what he tells her, but he's being held captive.
Yes.
And he says, I'm still going to rip off his head because I want that seat on the council.
Dr. Girlfriend's like, well, can I get you the seat in the council and, not kill him? Can we do that? But I really like to kill.
Yeah, I really like to kill his work. And she goes, well, we're going to go over to the dummy corporation that the OSI has because we need to get some files. He goes, there'll be killing involved? Because I really like
killing. Yes. And kill.
And kill. Yeah, because he mentions that a couple times that he really wants to go and kill. So we see them, Gary and Sheila are in the car, and she's sitting in the back of the limo, and they're waiting for him to get done. They're like, well, he's been in there for about 5 minutes now. You think he's done? I don't know. He goes, you want to listen to some music? I've got my iPod. We can rock out to it. Are you into some trance music?
Right.
And she goes, okay, it's time to go. And she gets out. They go into the elevator. And then again, we have that awkward silence where she goes, I'm kind of into trance music. I like to rock out every now and then.
I like to rock out. I'm fun.
It's very awkward. And they open up the doors to, it's literally called the Dummy Corporation. And the Red Death has a guy like speared on his
screaming. He's
screaming,
hey guys.
And he goes,
going?
Hey guys,
when are they gonna regain consciousness?
Yeah, I love that. When are they gonna regain consciousness? Yeah. So they're going through the whole the files there, the old OSI files, looking for the stuff from the Wide Whale and also the Blue Morpho as well. And Gary's just lamenting. He's like, why in the hell isn't this stuff online? And like, because the OSI is old school.
Yeah, they're all old school.
Yeah. And so of course they start comparing things like Red Death says he always wears these same socks that when he goes out to kill, he's named him Dave and Rich.
Steve and Dave Killsock.
Yeah, Steve and Dave Killsock. And Gary goes, I got that one beat. And he pulls out the glove and he goes, this is my old buddy's glove. And to make it even extra creepy, I sniff it before I go out on missions. And then that's when Red Death goes, really, kid, do you have one of these? And he pulls out a ticket stub. And he goes, it's a ticket stub? He goes, yeah, it was the movie night on the Gargantua 1 where the Ventures would do this kind of thing. A whole bunch of us young guys decided we'd go up there and try and...
even got Dr. Girlfriend's attention. She's like, you arched venture?
Yeah. And he goes, yeah, we went up there. We pretend to be part of the crew. And he goes, we were all in suits. And he goes, I had to keep the helmet on full time because of the face, you know. And he goes, but some idiot opened up the bay doors and we all got sucked right out like mama getting called to dinner.
You ever see a man die in
Space, yeah. Then we get the really dark stuff about people dying in space.
Oh, dude, yeah,
He
it's like
goes on for like a minute about some people trying to
blew
hold
up like
their
a
breath.
jelly. Yeah, somebody who holds his breath and he blew up like a jellyfish or something. Then I want to see who Stab Girl was. He's all then there was a little Stab Girl, and
She exhaled.
She exhaled, so she knew what to do. But then she started blowing up like she had a peanut allergy.
Yeah, she floated past me. It took her about a minute to die with her mouth open, screaming, even though
She
was
wasn't
no
making a sound. Saw the spit boiling on her tongue. But then we got to see Sharky's machine.
Oh man, some really good stuff, man. So they're going break into Wide Whale's room there, into his apartment, and of course Dr. Mrs. the girlfriend there is there first, and she's dressed up in her gear, and she's bent over, and the henchmen are like, hey Ilsa, She-Wolf of the SS, you need some help? Which is hilarious, man. And she's like, you know what, guys like you think that you're being really kind of cute and whatnot, and you're really just kind of coming off creepy, but you'll also never hit a woman that'll do something like this. And she like pops one guy.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey baby, what are you doing? And she like knocks him out too. And Gary is coming up the elevator at the meantime, or trying to, and in walks Hank dressed up as Enrico Matassa.
Yeah.
And he comes running down the hall. He goes, Venture's coming. And he grabs her and hides her around the corner. And we just see him walk right in. And of course, at this point, he goes in he's going to kill the Monarch. He's got the gun. He goes, all you have to do is kill him and you'll be part of the family. You'll marry Serena. You know, you'll get a magical petting zoo farm or some kind of
you can live in a petting zoo. Right, classic Hank, says Ed Brewer.
Yeah, exactly. And the Red Death comes smashing. Well, first Gary comes in through the door and says, Enrico Matassa, this isn't you. You're a lover. You're not a killer.
This is true.
Because this is true. And that's when the Red Death comes smashing through the window, carrying something behind him. And it turns out that Dr. Dugong is not dead because he has some Sea Star DNA in him, of course, and his head regenerated. So it didn't blow off. So in the meantime, Dr. Mrs. the Monarch comes in and she sees that, you know, the Monarch dressed up as the Blue Morpho, and she goes, oh, we're going to have some words. You're in the doghouse, buddy. And just then, right across the street, Venture Tech Industry or Venture Tech Tower starts moving, starts, you know, rumbling and starts moving. Because remember last week we had Jonas Venture Sr. was in his head, was in the computer. So he's actually bringing this building to life. And the whole thing's shaking. Like, what the hell is that? And that's when we go to the end credits. And then if you go to the very end of the end credits, we see that the blue Morphomobile comes flying out of the sky there, swings by the building. And like, look, it's the blue Morphomobile. It comes down to the bottom in front of Venture Tech Industries, and out walks the blue Morpho.
Blue Morpho.
Yeah, and that's when the Monarch goes, yes, out of the doghouse.
Gary Dalton says Hank Enrico addresses Gary as Viceroy. Digging the Red Death. Fuck yeah, Ed Brewer. Oh, he's so great.
Clancy
Brown.
Awesome. Just the whole thing, that whole. I want to actually have that on a loop almost of him talking about how those people died in space, because it's just,
dude, we gotta, maybe I'll put that in the audio portion of this. I'll loop that.
It was awesome.
We got on one of our podcasts, we got to do like best actors who have been in like everything genre. Like Clancy Brown has been in so much shit. We get like top 10 people who've been in everything you love. You know, like Sean Bean, Max von Sydow, Clancy Brown.
Yeah. And just an awesome episode all the way around. And I guess we have one more to clear up what's going on with the Blue Morpho trilogy, is what they're calling it.
The Blue Morpho trilogy. I cannot wait.
So this is going to be awesome next week. So how about you guys in the chat? How do you like in this season so far? You guys reading, watching this at all, or what's going on?
It looks like they're watching it. I'm watching the chat a little bit here. Thank you for the compliment there. My Dr. Girlfriend's like the only impression I can kind of do. I can't
Yeah,
do
Dr. Girlfriend having the rough voice.
Dr. Girlfriend. You never
Yeah.
talk to me anymore.
You never talk to me anymore. You never write. Yeah, the tramp stamp Mary Ashby was fucking funny.
Somebody
Yeah.
said that he got that. What was that? I lost the chat. He must have got that at the same time that Brock got his tattoo.
That's right, Rams World. I forgot he did get the butterfly tramp stamp just before the Monarch's wedding. That's right. Good callback. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Somebody was mentioned. Yeah, definitely. I was rewatching a bunch too because it had been so long, and this show calls back like no other.
Yeah.
So you got to be on
They
top.
went
top of your
hard
game.
this season too. Like really hard this season. They're calling back all the way to season 1.
Well, think about it. They had to wait 2 years. So they were just like chomping at the bit.
Yeah. It's awesome. Very, very awesome. I forgot about that one on his upper arm. Mary Ashby was saying there's one on his upper arm as well. Yeah. And I can't remember what it is either. I know he's got a few.
When is Dr. Miss Monarch going to find out what happened to the villains that Gary captured? You know she will, says Carrie Dalton.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. Apple Crow says you were thinking of Brock, Mary, and Brock got his tat at the same time. Oh, that's right. Brock got his his Led Zeppelin tat on his arm at the same time that Gary got his tramp stamp because they were in the same place. That's right. That's right. I forgot all about that episode. It's awesome.
Oh, that's great. I just got the notification that the Nerdrotic channel is live just now.
Nice.
Not bad.
Mako says, in the quest for 5K, I got my brother to sub, and he said that Dennis looks exactly like George Zimmerman from 24 Kitchen. 24 Kitchen?
I'm going to have to look that up now.
I've gotten so many different, who I look like. Supposedly, I'm the illicit love child of Al Pacino and Sylvester Stallone as well. I've gotten that. So, who knows? And
I look up George Zimmerman and I get not that George Zimmerman.
No. Yeah, 24 Kitchen.
24
so
kitchen?
Apple Crow says, yeah,
What's
Dr. Dugan. I don't know. Apple Crow says Dr. Dugan moment from season 3 was one of my favorite Venture moments. So I love the callback. Yeah, the Dr. Dugan. So my degree, I have a degree in marine biology. So having that whole marine biology thing just made me laugh that they went so geeky with it. That it's pretty fucking funny for me.
Yep. Venture Brothers and SpongeBob.
Yeah. Oh, dude. SpongeBob was written by a marine biologist.
Yes.
And he does some really deep cuts on some things.
That's what Cara Breslin does now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Mako says I binged the entire series recently, and I can tell all the references to previous episodes. So good. Yeah. I got to go back again and rewatch from the beginning all over again. I just kind of went through season 6 again as a reminder. And I remember quite a bit of it, but I know some stuff that's going to be passing me by just because it's been so long since I've actually watched it.
By the way, Cara Breslin was one of the first employees I hired at the comic store. I think I told that story on a Nooner. Weren't we just talking about another thing we were just talking about was vampire women of the SS? Were we talking about that Friday?
Yeah, the Elsa She-Wolf of the SS. That was Sybil Danning. Yeah, we were talking about her.
Danning, yes.
Yeah.
Werewolf women of the SS.
Mm-hmm. Apple Crow, with all the discussion of Red Death going to Gargantua 1 and having the helmet on and his daughters, I got to wonder if maybe Lieutenant Blodvik and careers in science is related to him. Yeah, that's true. That'd be interesting because we never really do see her face. We just see her hair. Mm-hmm.
I had some ladies tell me I look like Brad Pitt. I don't look like anything like Brad Pitt. Well, you just say thank you, Apple Crow, and then you say I look like
actually Gary used to have this bust of Golem, like a life-size bust of Golem, and he looks exactly like him.
Oh yeah, that's me. I'm a golem.
No, you did, man. When you're doing that little pose next to it.
I still have that picture. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Mary Ashby. First, she was no iPod. Then the elevator was awkward. She changed her mind. Yeah, it was just really, really a good episode. Applecrow says, I think Gary basically told Dr. Girlfriend they killed them all, and now Monarch was a guild legend.
Which Gary thinks he is. So
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Talking about
when did
something.
J.K. Simmons did a guest voice on Venture Brothers as well? He did.
Yes, he did back in like season 2, I want to say. Season 2 or 3. Because yeah, Nathan Fillion is the Brown Widow.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's the Brown Widow, which is completely hilarious. And
I look like a sexy John McAfee. I don't know how to take that. I can't. I think you've said that before, Mako. Isn't that the bath salt guy?
The bath salt guy.
Well, didn't some? Maybe I'm thinking of another tech guy who went off to some Caribbean island and got jacked up on bath salts or something like that. No, McAfee.
Yeah, I mean, they've had Kate McKinnon as a guest voice, Bill Hader on here. Yeah, Bill Hader, of course, Professor Impossible. He did Professor Impossible's voice. Nathan Fillion, like I said, Brown Widow. Paget Brewster, Amber Gold, Kevin Conroy. He was Captain Sunshine. That really dark take on Captain Sunshine. Do you remember that episode?
Yes. Sorry, I was looking up John McAfee, and that's the guy who got all. He was like running for president for the Libertarian Party, and like had a bath salt incident on some island.
Oh yeah.
Thanks, Mako. No, it's all good.
That's right. So J.K. Simmons was Ben, Old Man Potter. Is what he was. Even Ben Edlund has done a voice for Venturestein.
Nice.
And Patton Oswalt as Wonder Boy, which is always good.
My favorite part is the description of people dying in space, says Mary. Yeah, that again, like Dennis just said, that has to be looped.
Yeah, it's awesome. He just does such an awesome. It's Clancy Brown. He needs to do some kind of audiobook. He really does, if he hasn't done one already.
He probably has. Yamako says, yeah, he's the guy who invested into the antivirus and went on an island where he lived with 20 women and took drugs all the time. Yeah, well, hey. There's a lot of people who probably do that if they could. But I think he shot somebody, right? Didn't he shoot like his neighbor or something, or shot at his neighbor?
Yeah, he might have. Yeah, Penn Farm Girl. Stephen Colbert did do a Professor Impossible as well, then made the dick move of never calling them back when they were trying to get him back to do the voice.
When he got too big. Yeah.
Yeah. So they brought in Bill Hader instead, because Bill Hader is an awesome guy. So, and yes, Ed Brewer, Clancy Brown is the best Lex Luthor
ever. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But he also he has some of the best lines. Better burn out than the fade away.
Exactly. He does. And if you've never seen John Dies at the End, he's in that as well. It's great. He does a great job in that one. Sorry, the guy who looks like Dennis is Andrew Zimmern. I'm
going to look that up now.
Okay. Yeah, he did do the voice twice, Applecrow. That was it. Steven Colbert did come back and do the voice twice, but then he was supposed to come back. He knew it was a recurring character. And then when they tried getting him back again, he never returned their phone calls. There's a whole long thing that it wasn't Doc Hammer, but Jackson Public was talking about the hassle of trying to get in touch with him, and just to say yay or nay whether or not he was doing it or not, and they were getting the runaround. It was just kind of a really dick move when all you just want to know, are you in or are you out? So that's all you gotta say.
He got nothing, huh?
You got nothing. No.
Got big timed. That's what that was.
Yep. He got ghosted. DJ Bowman says no one can do more wonders than that awesome beard of Gary's. I see he has now. Wow.
Thank you. I got it a little grim today. It was getting a little long. Stephen Kobar is Professor Impossible. He did him first in the Gargantua 2 special. They got him back. It says Rams World.
Oh, did he come back finally? Because I didn't realize he had come back.
Are they getting less Brock Sampson this season? Maybe the actor who plays him is not available as much. Mako, I think that was kind of the case in previous seasons. I thought there was going to be more Brock this season, but don't worry, Apple Crow. I will not shave it again. Oh man, damn it. I was so pissed. I shaved it for a job interview. And when I walked into the job interview, there was a dude with a beard like down to his belt. And I was like, son of a bitch. Oh, well. I told my wife to enjoy it. That's the last time she's seeing my face for a long time.
Wow. So we're at the end of the chat here. We want to keep
Brothers is the best fucking show on TV.
Yeah.
It really is.
It really is. If you haven't watched all the episodes, go back and watch them. They're out on Hulu right now. You guys can watch if you have Hulu. If not, I believe they're on the adultswim.com as well, so you can watch them there.
Yep.
And go through and watch them, man. They're awesome. They have so many different references, and the rewatchability on these things is immense.
Patrick Warburton has a cameo in Orville season 2, says Apple Crow. That's brilliant. I heard there's a lot of people coming on season 2. Yeah,
there's going to be a lot. Well, I mean, Patrick Warburton does the voice for Family Guy. One of the guys on Family Guy, main guy in the wheelchair. I can't remember his name now.
Also a producer or executive producer of The Tick Show.
Yep, exactly.
Which should be coming back soon.
February.
February. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I believe it's February 13th, if I'm not mistaken. Something like that. Yeah.
I just saw old video Gary pre-beard. Keep the beard. Thanks, Slurmy Scott. It was better when I had a younger, prettier face. But
so you think. But
So what? Don't start. Somebody's jealous.
No.
It's okay, buddy.
I'm not, trust me. So that's pretty much it for the chat. And
thanks, Johnny Pappas. Hi, Johnny Pappas.
Hey, Johnny. What's going on? And yes, you can thank Melissa for that pick, Johnny. She was the one who put that one up. We're gonna find out if the Blue Morpho is the Monarch's dad for sure. Hopefully we will, Apple Crow. I still say that he's actually got to be both the Monarch and Venture's father as well. And I don't think Jonas Venture is Rusty Venture's dad.
Yeah, I think that's where they're moving with that. That's going to be hilarious when they reveal that. How long do you think this show's going to go?
I think they got renewed for 2 more seasons. So I think they said they're renewed up to season 9.
Great. Now, is it going to take them 4 years?
They're the ones that are writing all the episodes, and then they're sending them out to get them animated overseas in Asia. And then when they get the prints back, they have to check them out. Then they send them back again to get anything fixed, back and forth. So that's the reason why it takes so long. But they are working on, from what I heard, when they finished this season's script, they already started working on next season's. So I think they're almost done. They're midway through, if I remember correctly, with next season.
So maybe we'll get it like within a year, you think, or
something like that. Yeah.
Unless, of course, there's hiccups. So why did it take 2 years this time?
They took some time off.
Okay. They did. Weren't they doing something? One of them was doing something else, I think, too. I heard that. I don't know what, but thank you, Mako. I love my bear too. No, Daddy Bear. No.
Yeah, Mako. The South Park guys do all their stuff via computer, and they don't do any of that stuff. They used to do it by hand, but now it's all done by the computer. It's really easy to animate that stuff, and that's why they can change stuff out on the fly. Like I think they changed out one of their episodes 3 days before it was supposed to air.
Yeah, they're machines, though. I mean, it is easier for them and stuff, but it's a credit to them how quickly they can get their shows out. That's pretty amazing. And honestly, The Simpsons has never been late either. And yeah, that's pretty. It's no small feat. I mean, with animators, like there's so many things that can go wrong with 2D animation.
Oh yeah,
and
well, The Simpsons now it's 3D animation. Believe it or not,
that's good. That's probably why it's easier to do that. I mean, it still takes tons of talent. Okay, I don't want to make it sound like it's easy. Not anybody can do that, but it's just hard to produce on time. Because
once you have the backgrounds and everything, and you have the character models, animating this stuff becomes easier because all you need is the voice work that you can just match it up to.
Yep. And finding that many people who are that talented to put it out, that's great. That's great. Better Call Saul is fantastic, Mako. I can't wait to freaking cover tomorrow's episode. So let's wrap this one up because somebody's got to get up to work early tomorrow morning. That's not me.
I do.
So everybody, thank you. Everybody, they want to start thanking everybody in the chat.
Thank you, Johnny Pappas, Mako, Mary Ashmead, Apple Crow, excuse me, Ed Brewer, and I know Penn Farm Girl. Yes, Penn Farm Girl was in here for a little bit. Slurmy Scott, Carrie Dalton, excuse me, DJ Bowman. Who else do we have in here? I know we have a few people. Rams World, welcome. And I believe that's all I can scroll up to. If I'm not mistaken.
We're glad that you showed up late at night to cover the Venture Brothers, which we have so much fun doing, and we will be doing it all season. Times may change depending on when it hits Adult Swim. I guess we heard that it hit the website early, and if it does that, we will do these earlier. Then we will try to let you all know via Twitter and also keep an eye on the Adult Swim website. If you poke in there, sometimes it pops in late Saturday night, early Sunday morning, and that way we can do the recap earlier. So have more people here, and we won't be so tired. There you go. Exactly. I'm going to be up for another couple hours, but because I'm off tomorrow. Yeah. I mean, I have to go to DMV like 2 Mondays in a row. That kind of blows. But such as I went there last week, registered, and then I got a thing in the mail the next day saying I had to renew my license. I'm like, son of a bitch.
Make sure you get the real ID thing.
Oh yeah.
That's the thing that everyone's, waiting in long ass lines for now.
Well, yeah, hopefully I won't have to wait in a long ass line. So I do want to show you before we go our website. I don't think I've ever shown this on our channel, but we have a website. So this is backup just in case anything happens. We will always have nerderotic.com. But if you look to the right, you see our schedule. This is our schedule. Now we aren't on by the minute, but we get close. Okay. So we schedule our stuff out a week in advance. Please check it out once in a while because we change it around, and join us live. If you're watching this as a video, it's we have the best chat on YouTube. We have a great group of people. We have a ton of fun, and we'd love to see you come on in. Very welcoming group. So that's nerderotic.com. You can see some of our old stuff there. And, it's just everything that's on the YouTube channel, but we are also on iTunes. We are on Player FM for an Android. So just search Nerdrotic and you'll find us. Dennis runs a great Facebook group and Facebook page for us. I have a Twitter. It's at Nerdrotics. Dennis is at The Force. We also have a Patreon, which you just saw there in the video. And we thank you so much. Our next show will be, if you're watching this live, Monday morning, the nooner at 10:30 a.m. So if you're watching it as a video, check it out from the future. Dennis,
exactly.
Take us out.
First of all, go Team Venture, and
go Team Venture.
Children of Earth, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out.
And may the small folks sing songs of your greatness. Cheers, everybody.
Good night, everyone. Thank you.